G'day guys and welcome. Today I'm going to be showing you the fastest clear on the Ekko jungle in Season 14. So the setup you want to take to do the fastest clear is you want to take double adaptive runes, but here's the real secret. You want to take Absolute Focus as a secondary rune. Absolute Focus gives you more adaptive damage when you're above 70% health. So this is how you can do a really quick clear with Ekko. As you can see, I'm doing a Raptor clear first, so I'm starting off with my Q. Make sure your Q hits all the chickens except that one on the right, and then you want to kite the Raptors all the way to the boundary of the leash range. You just want to focus on the big chicken here, wait for your Q to come up again, get another passive auto proc, and then kite it out to the Krugs. As you come to the Krugs, your Q should just be there right on time. You want to Q out, get the smite off instantly, and I'll show you why we smite in a second. You want to drag the Krugs all the way to the boundary again. And you see how all the little Krugs are spawning right now? Your Q's back up, you can hit your Q all the way back, order the red buff, run behind it, and get that backwards Q. This is really essential to getting this quick clear time. So as you can see, we're just dragging the red buff out to the leash range. This clear is very optimal with the more health you have. That's why I'm using my W on cooldown, because Absolute Focus does more damage when you're above 70% health. Cool, so we got the red buff, we got the E now, so we want to EQ over this wall onto the wolves. Make sure you hit all the wolves with your Q. You only want to focus the big wolf, same as the chickens. Clearing off the wolves, you save your E for the Gromp, and you can start autoing it. So right now we're at 250 on Gromp, which is really good timing. So we're just doing the same concept again. We're dragging the Gromp out to the boundary leash range. And then when the Gromp gets around 300 health, that's when you can start walking to the blue buff and then Q it. And then we're just finishing off the blue buff at the moment. Obviously you can smite early if you know the jungler's not around, and you can have a clear speed of like 313 roughly. But in this clear we've gone one smite and we finished at 319, which is pretty fast. And now I'm going to show you the same setup, but we're starting on red buff this time. So you want to start your W at 127. This will be out by the time you go to your Krugs. Starting red buff is probably a lot easier than starting Raptors, mostly because you get the health regen from the red buff, which allows you to stay above 70% health a lot easier. So you want to kite the red buff towards the Krugs, and then you also want to smite it as well. You want to try and get that red buff as close as you can to the Krugs without it de-aggroing, and then just clear your Krugs to Raptors. Pretty standard. So the reason why the setup is also good is because not only do you take Absolute Focus for the clear speed, but you take Gathering Storm as well. Ekko has a pretty weak early game, so these runes allow you to have a bit more of a comfortable playstyle. Taking Absolute Focus helps you with that early game farming and gets you to that level 6 a lot quicker. And then you take Gathering Storm because you're an AP scaling assassin and you're really playing for that late game. So as you can see, I'm just finishing up the Raptors again. Your second Q comes up, so you're able to throw it out, and then you can kite the Raptors as much as you can. And now you got the E, and it's kind of just the same thing as the previous path style from now on. The only difference here is that you don't need to use your W on the wolves. And then as the wolves are getting really low, your second Q should be coming up. You can last hit the wolves with your Q, E, and then jump on the Gromp and get that backwards Q damage on the Gromp. So again, we're using all our abilities on the Gromp here, and when it gets a bit low, around 200-300, you can drag it out. And then now we're just finishing off the blue buff here. Again, you can smite the blue if you know the jungler's not around. This clear is just as fast as the Raptors. I'm pretty sure this one's only just a second off, but this is the fastest clear for Ekko jungle.